Hi everybody, my name is Therese and welcome to another episode of TC Talk. So today I thought I would give my thoughts on the animated movie Raya the Last Dragon. So this was a movie that actually did catch my interest a while back when it was initially released. And if you remember, I did do a reaction video to the trailer, and yeah, I was actually really excited to see what would come of it. And yeah, for some reason, it did take me a while to actually get around to actually watching the movie. I guess in no small parts because I do have quite a few friends that did watch it first and say, you have to watch it, it's really good. So yeah, what do I think? So to cut a long story short, the land introduces us to the land of Kamandra, a place which not only has been ravaged by evil spirits, which turn the people into stone, but also has split the land into 5 distinct tribes. And if you're getting Avatar The Last Airbender vibes, you're not the only one. And for the only other reason, because both were very heavily, influenced by Southeastern culture. So legend has it that the lands were eventually protected by these mythical dragons and the powers which have been since then encased with a gem. And this is where we, are introduced to Raya, because their people in the land of heart protect the gem as it stands. So as you can imagine, the other tribes aren't too happy that this one, Heart, has a gem, so everybody wants it, for lack of a better word, because they think it's a source of power. This is where we're introduced where Raya's father is trying to unite the lands, and it doesn't go quite well, and he gets trapped into stone as well. So what follows is Raya's adventures to find other pieces of the gem, to not only bring back her father and the people, but to also, unite the land, and also to find the dragon Sisu, who, as you probably already guessed, has been voiced by Aquafina. I did like this movie. There was a lot of things I liked about it. I'm always up for seeing, female characters that can fight. And even though this isn't the first time I've seen a Disney female character hold a sword, it actually is one of the first times I've actually seen it happen without the storyline. She's trying to prove herself, or she has to, defy society's expectations. Well, that's great, but it would be nice. It's nice to actually see something different, because I've seen the latter, storyline done so many times before, and enough that I probably will do another video talking specifically about that, and I have a lot to say when it comes to female characters and action, martial arts genre, and all that stuff. So, stay tuned for that. So, aside from that, the character is very enjoyable. I found there to be a lot of color, which is always fun to see, and to see different art styles too. So, even though it was, CGI, there was also 2D styles for when the characters tell their own stories, especially in the introduction where there's a lot of, Southeast Asian, I guess, puppetry and stuff. And all of that, but it is really cool to see the presence of different cultures. So I know my friends have told me that they really like the fact that not only was there presence of Southeastern culture, but their language as well. So probably a mix of Vietnamese, Cambodians, Thailand, or the Southeast Asian countries will probably see some element of themselves in there, which I guess is a lot of fun. So in terms of thematics, the underlying theme in this movie was that of trust. So the underlying theme is a lack of trust that caused the kingdom of Kamandra to break up in the tribes. It's trust that brings it back together again. So it is not a bad one for Disney to talk about. I did find it to be the lesson to be a bit on the nose. Sometimes you don't really need to. For me, I guess you don't need to repeat it more than once or five times. I get it, but I guess it's because it is a Disney movie. They're aiming for kids, 5-year-olds. Maybe they feel that they do need to reinforce whatever it is that they're trying to say. Let me know in the comments whether or not you agree with that notion, because I think kids, you probably don't need to do that much. So there's that. And I guess would I have done anything differently if thinking with a movie maker in my head? Well, it wasn't interesting to spoiler alerts. In the beginning of the movie, her father actually sacrifices himself to save her from being turned to stone. And personally, as much as I can understand the dramatic effect, he wasn't actually injured and he's actually not that old. So for me, when that happened, it did not quite make sense, aside from the fact that it was for narrative dramatic effects and the fact that she needed to save her dad. Let me know if you agree with that for those that have seen it. And I guess the only slight nitpick I would have is the fact that they named the kingdoms, the 5 tribes, after parts of dragons. So, heart, spine, talon, heart, all the things. And for all the stuff about representation and using language and stuff, you guys at Disney, you couldn't have thought of more interesting or clever names to name kingdoms, like spine? Really? That was your best. That was your best thought of heart. But I mean, that is not my nitpick. So aside from that, I did like it. I guess I will leave it at that. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think for those who have seen it. Did you like it? Did you have any other issues with it? Let me know what you comment. And until then, I'll see you next time.